Hey friends, how you doing today? Hope everyone is well. Hope that the snow is abating in your area. Here it's rainy and cold in the Gulf Coast of Alabama, but manageable. And I tell everybody I used to live in Alaska. I'll take this weather. It's easy to manipulate your life around it. Anyway, I want to bring you guys a new creation that I have made, and it is something I made after watching videos by Luise Heinzl, Heinzl. She has a fabulous YouTube channel, and I learn so much every time I go to her channel. So, Luise, thank you. I plan on tagging her in this video, and so grateful for her artistry and skills and how she shares it so freely. I try to use all mostly all graphics fairy, and I was trying to start off making like a millinery or sewing kind of journal, but it took kind of more of a nature journal on one side, and then the other side I'll show you is a little bit different. But anyway, these are wings from Nick the Booksmith, and I actually printed them out on sticker paper so that I could put them down easily, but it was also pretty thick without being cardstock. Used a Tim Holtz key there, it says life. And then this was a piece of fabric that was stamped that I got in a journal swap, so that was pretty fun. But the gist of this journal is that it's two envelopes smashed together. I glued them and stitched them together, and I'll show you how they all go together. But this one, I put a little two Velcro tabs on this side. These are some stickers that I have. I don't remember which company they come from, but I think I got them at like Walmart or something. I can't remember. This is some, well, my goodness, that came out. Good thing I checked. This is just some seam binding that I had, and I hand dyed it with watercolors. So I got it good and saturated, and then just saturated my watercolor paintbrush, and then just dipped it and let it dry as it wanted to. I thought it turned out pretty. This is some beautiful tissue paper that I got in a maybe an Art Snacks box, and I just kept it because it was so pretty. I made some little tabs here. As you can see, this came from the Graphics Fairy Millinery bundle. I'm in their monthly club. It's $10 a month and worth its weight in gold to me. But this is just one I printed out in cardstock, so it's a little more sturdy as a tab. Some really thin card paper, brown paper there. Again, oh, that was a little crooked, but I used Tim Holtz teeny tiny stapler, one of my favorite things. And this is two pieces. I just didn't separate them because I like that. I love the torn page look. This is just a little belly band I made with a plain card in it. Again, Graphics Fairy. And another Graphics Fairy tab that these actually come as tabs. I didn't like cut it out with a press or anything. And I put some pretty little stamps on there just to have some random. Oh, this was actually, this one right here, this part, is actually a sticker. And I folded it in half, and on the other side, it's like a ticket. I thought that was pretty. This is an envelope that my mom made for me. She makes lots of envelopes and shares them. And this is a paper clip that I rusted myself. I made a concoction that I rusted, and then I had to call like poison control to figure out how to get rid of it, because I realized I might have made formaldehyde. I don't know. I do crazy stuff sometimes. I was like, oh, well, this is rusting stuff. Great. This is a coffee dyed doily, and I folded it into fourths and then put it in there, and it made two sections of pockets. I thought that worked out great. Now, next time I may Mod Podge it just to give it a little more strength, because it's still very fragile, but, you know. Again, some antique paper. And again, this is from the Graphics Fairy Millinery section. And this is a pretty glassine or, glassine envelope. I love this brown paper. And back here, I put a faux stamp that comes in a little book. I think I got those from Art Snacks. And I made a pull tab back here. And this is just a little place to journal. And I stapled a little piece of crochet ribbon on there. And always I like to put the little pull tab area, because not only does it give it your eye interest, but it indicates, you know, there's something in there. There's access to something in there. Just my thoughts on that. All right, I'm going to close this side. Oh, and I made a little hole there, and y'all know I love my hole protectors. These right here. You can get maybe 1,000 of them for just $2 or something at Walmart. They come in ridiculous amounts, and they're so easy to stamp. I do some in blue, some in brown, some in red, whatever. I run over it with a little bit of my very worn out stamper there, my dauber, and then I'll go back with just a generic stamp. Let's see, like this one. I would just ink that up and then press it down, and it makes little lines just to give it a little more interest. But that's what I put on there. I don't think I put one on the back. Yeah, I did. It was on the back of this is a real pretty piece of lined paper, but I also put one there. I think those little things make such a difference. I loaded this page up with mushrooms. I just love that, and it just worked out. I was gonna put this. I had several different things from the Graphics Fairy I was gonna put on here, because in Luise's video, she was gonna put like a full body of a woman and then cut it so that when you opened it, half stayed here, half went here. And then she got busy with mushrooms and she decided against that. And I thought, wow, I haven't done anything with mushrooms in so long. So I did that, and I thought it worked out great. All right, we're gonna go to the other side, and my little ribbon here came off, so I'm gonna see about putting that back in there before I get started, so that way I can close it off better. Okay, that worked out. So this one, I stamped it heavily, aged it. This has a blue flowery background. So this one I actually used a magnet. Can you hear it? Yeah, I used a little magnet here, and then behind this paper, just a little tiny piece of metal off of, I think it was off of some packaging that I'd gotten, or something that came in the mail. Maybe like a biscuit can lid or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I did multiple layers. As you can see here, I put foam tape in between. And then this here I tore and glued that down. Put some pretty, one of my favorite stamps. It's like a little love letter. And this is from the Graphics Fairy. And then you open this up, and this is part of their millinery bundle. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. And behind it, I just put a pretty book page. And again, I used behind this paper, again, my beautiful packaging that I'd gotten in, I want to say Art Snacks bag. I'm not quite sure. It had something stuck to it, so I just aged that a little bit. Again, my favorite little stamp there. I just folded a couple of aged sheets of paper and put it right down in that little pocket. And I do realize the book is going the opposite way this time, but I'll show you how I sandwiched it around the two envelopes. I took this faux stamp and made it a pull, and it goes right to the edge of the pages. Right here, this is just a repurposed packaging from maybe a stamp set or something. I don't know. These are some beautiful pages that I think came out of a different, maybe my porch print. And I put this brad in there just so they stay together. And it was funny, these fit perfectly in here. I didn't even have to cut them down. Some beautiful writing pages or drawing. This is just a piece of cardstock that I had gotten from one of my booklets. And then an old picture that came in a swap. added that in there. I thought that was just a beautiful picture. And again, from my Graphics Fairy on our glassine bag. And then this flap of the envelope acts like just a little tuck spot for some extra paper. My beautiful antique paper. This one has a pull tab like that. Put these pretty flowers and that little stamp. And here, I added this as just an interesting, this is an index card that's been aged. And I folded a flap down and used that on there. This also was given to me in a beautiful swap last year. That is a print that's on maybe rice paper, and then she sewed it in between this frame. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, I just love that so much. So here, I'll tuck that back in there. Now we get to the part that makes it, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're gonna see this right here. This is part of the envelope, and I covered the envelope with a piece of paper, and then I'll show you how it works. Here you can see I have little things in the sandwich of the envelopes. I made this with a brad and a circle, and it's just enough to hold that little lip down. This is from Graphics Fairy 2, and it's similar to this. I just used washi tape on each side to make an accordion notebook. Isn't that pretty? It turned out so great. Had this beautiful washi tape that I've been actually hoarding for way too long. And then on the other side, not as much journaling space on this side, and I put a little tab right there from the Graphics Fairy, but it still works out like I needed to. Right here, I've got a beautiful set of papers, and again, I used my whole covers in 3 different colors. This one's stamped. These are just colored with regular old Tim Holtz, ink, and then I put a nice little set of strings. So right in here, you can see the inside. These are 2 envelopes. Here's the first flap, here's the second. This is the original flap on the envelope, where this one I modified it to be more triangular, just to give it some difference. On this side, I made a booklet, as you can see, of pages. I stitched those together, and then I bound them around the edge of one side of the envelopes. And then when I was finished with that, I sealed it up and glued it on this side so that it sandwiched it together. And I glued it down here at the bottom to give it a little more structure, and so that the beautiful things I put in the top don't fall all the way through. This one I leave tab up so it's easily retrieved from between the 2. And this one has a tip of a lace that I happen to put down in there. Okay, hard to do with one hand. Let's do it. Let's do it right. Okay, went in there smoothly, off camera. Alright, and then this kind of isn't necessary. As you can see, the book stays closed all by itself. Get that magnet on there. See the magnet? Nothing opens up. But I just love a ribbon closure. So, I'll tie that closed. Probably make 2 loops just because I have extra ribbon. But didn't my ribbon turn out gorgeous? I dyed a whole bunch of watercolored, a whole bunch of it, and then I put it on this spool. That was very satisfying. It dries so quickly, so you immediately get a beautiful result. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll be coming back to you soon with another creation, because I'm using my porch print designs and making my daughter's loaded tags for Valentine's Day. So stick with me, and I'll come back and show you those soon. I hope you enjoyed it, and I just want Luise to know that I'm very grateful for her art and the ability she has to share it with us so easily. It's not easy getting on here and doing all the videos and editing the videos and getting them on YouTube and all that, but anytime our artist friends are sharing, I'm grateful and thankful, and wish you all the best, a happy new year, a healthy new year, and just wish you all so much peace and happiness. Thank you. Take good care.